welcome to the RPG podcast where the redhead's playing games.
I'm MJ.
And I'm Jess, and welcome to episode 7. We made it. It's a full week's worth of podcasts if you wanted to watch them one day at a time.
This is like the death episode for so many.
But not us.
Not us.
We are strong.
We will be here for an episode 8.
Yes, we will. And 9 and 10 into infinity. You can never get rid of us. We're never
like
stopping.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yup. Infinity and beyond.
Not Marie Antoinette and her best friend. Did you see that Tumblr post?
No.
I hadn't realized it until this Tumblr post. When Buzz
Where are
loses
we
his
going?
arm, if we're just, I don't know. I just derailed us pretty hard off the bat.
Straight in. Okay, let's go. Marie Antoinette.
Okay, so in Toy Story, the first one,
Okay.
when Buzz Lightyear loses his arm,
Yes.
right? And he's kind of like lost his mind, and Woody comes in and he's having tea with 2 dolls that are headless.
Yes.
It's like, I'm having tea with Marie Antoinette and her sister. And in history, both of them lose their heads.
I never realized that.
I didn't either until this Tumblr post.
Oh my goodness. What? Whoa.
Right? I love Tumblr.
That's such a... You just pulled that out of this amazing memory that you have. And you
Only
were like,
occasionally.
here's this fun fact. Enjoy. That's incredible. I love when movies hide little Easter eggs like that in.
That take years to find.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we have a Tumblr.
Yes,
we will
do.
begin updating it shortly. Mm-hmm. It is Redheads Playing Games. Surprise, surprise. So find us on there. And with that, we'll get right into what we're talking about this week.
Yes.
Which is a hodgepodge of stuff.
Yeah, we actually have a pretty nice bag of Chex Mix here today. But we should have that next time.
It's too crunchy.
You're right.
Anyway.
We've got a bunch of different stuff to talk about today. We've got some inspiration from this month's Game Informer magazine. If you guys
bother to read it.
If you
and
read
you
it.
actually get the paper copy, because the digital one is stupid.
Yeah, it's not great, but it has the important bits.
It's just so hard to navigate.
I was actually using it on my phone, like through the GameStop app.
It's easier?
It's a little bit easier, except the only downside is it does only have like snippets of articles. It doesn't show the full thing, but it has a link for you to go to it.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah, so if you want kind of just like a tidbit and you have the GameStop app and you have the Power Up Rewards membership, not that I'm suggesting you do that, but, you know, whatever, if you want to, more power to you. But, you know, they have some good bits of information on there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Totally zoned out while you said that, but yep.
So we are taking some
inspiration.
Thank you. From Game Informer.
This month they had top 10 of all these different topics. They had top 50 games from 2017. We touched on this a little bit when we did our 2017 recap episode at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
So really they're not necessarily our top games, just our top in 3 different categories. So we figured, why not?
Yeah. We're going to start with our favorite remasters. Now, the ones I was thinking of, I think some of them...
One of them came out in 2016, not 17. But I forgive you.
I can't help it,
I
man.
know. It's one of yours.
So, for me, the first one I thought of was Odin Sphere, which was a game that originally came out on PS2. It's just a classic RPG side-scroller. It's amazing. Everything's hand-drawn. It's beautiful.
Especially considering it came out on PS2, there was way more depth to that side-scroller than most.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's weird to say depth with a 2D side-scroller, but it was. I don't know how to describe it.
It's really interesting because you'll be in a section of a level where you're in a castle and you're platforming on a roof or something, and it's 2D, but you can still distinguish which parts of the roof you can jump on versus parts that are not actually part of the platform.
Background. Yeah.
Exactly.
But in a very tasteful way, not like a clear and then like Mortal Kombat style, totally different art in the front from those days.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different.
That game is beautiful. So that was the first one that I put on there as my top favorite remaster. And then I also we have some of the same ones, actually.
We do. This one is one of the same. We both put Okami HD Remaster, which just came out in December.
And it's just as beautiful as it was on the PS2.
If not more so.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Really.
I hope they do like all the ones that came out for like Game Boy It's not called
Oh my
Game Boy
god,
anymore.
Okami
Nintendo.
Den?
Yes.
Oh, yes!
Nintendo. Wow. I just dated myself. Nintendo DS. It came out for Nintendo DS, not Game Boy.
I have 4 copies of that game now. Well, 5 if you count the one I used to have for the Wii. I have it for PS2. I had it for Wii. I have the Nintendo DS version. I got a digital copy for my PS3, and now I have it on PS4.
Yeah, you have a lot.
So you could say I like it.
Just a bit. Just a bit. And then you had one that I didn't even remember.
BioShock Collection!
I totally forgot about it.
Hell yeah. BioShock is such an amazing series, and they put it all remastered together onto 1 disc or 2 if you're on Xbox, because they can't contain it for some reason.
Don't yell at me, I've only ever played the second one.
Hello?
Not the first, not the third, just number 2.
Well, they say episode 7 is a make or break. I think we just broke it. What?
I don't know.
Why?
I picked up 2 because it was like on sale or something, and I was like, oh, let me try it.
And then I loved it, right?
I did, and then I just never went back, and then 3 came out. And I think I tried it when I had my concussion or something, because I know I tried playing it, but I don't remember it. So I think it was when I had my concussion, and I think I got really motion sick, like, immediately. But it's because I had a concussion.
All the, like, hook on the...
Yeah.
Riding through the sky.
And I just never picked it back up after that.
Well, I am going to... Well, I was going to say I'm going to lend you my copy of the BioShock collection, but I just feel like you have so much to play right now because you still haven't finished Persona 5. And that's a talk for another time in private where I can yell at her.
She's already been yelling at me.
So
I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm not going to lend you that yet. Because I refuse to, enable you to play other things without finishing Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have flames coming off me? Because I feel heated.
Yup. Yep, you do. And then your last 2 we also had in common.
Yes, we did. Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Which, that was... When they announced that, Sony fans went wild.
It was such a great...
It was almost like, when they announced it, for me, it was almost unexpected.
I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It was such a good decision, though. Mm-hmm. Now, I just want some remasters of some other old games.
Me too.
Not even specifically, Sony, but Spyro. Let's get that.
Yeah, we need Spyro. Why has that not been done yet?
It seems like a no-brainer to
I don't
me,
understand.
But
I need Legend of Dragoon. Mostly that one. Just that.
There's other ones, plenty. Plenty.
That one I really need.
Just take a look at the PS1 catalog. And
and Shadow Hearts.
I could probably point you out 7. Shadow Hearts. What's that one? Another one.
I'm going to lend it to you.
Okay.
So good.
Well, now I have a game that's going to be lent to me.
Yep.
Heck.
Yep.
And our last one...
That we agreed upon.
Of course it's going to be this.
Yeah, there's no getting around it.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5, final remix, prologue 2.8, whatever. There's too many titles. Just make 3 already. Got 1.5.
We
got 2.5. Got 2.8. We've got them all remastered on 1 disc essentially for PS4.
Pretty much.
And where's 3, huh? Are they going to do 2.9.5 next?
Probably.
I would not be surprised, honestly.
Instead of doing the handhelds on 1 and then the core ones on 1, they're going to do all of them on 1.
Just another full disc.
Yep.
I could see that.
That's it. But the 2 that I had that she did not, Final Fantasy XII, as we've discussed on here.
That is a very good one.
Really in love with that game. I'm very obsessed. It's great. If you haven't played it, you should. The storyline was fantastic. It was super underrated. Mm-hmm. And the butts in that game.
We talking
really
about
nice.
Butts now?
Really nice. Those Sky Pirates, man. Both of them. I'm just envisioning here. Other than that...
Take your head out of space. Pirates' butts.
But still in space, Star Ocean. Mm. The Last Hope.
You are just the queen of transitions.
Only sometimes.
You really are.
Only sometimes.
I could not pull that out of my butt. Nope.
I would have been able to transition, but we cut that category, so that one's out. Sorry. I could have saved that.
Yeah.
Nope. But yeah, so
we don't
that
need
one
to
also.
talk about it.
From there, we can do characters.
Mm-hmm.
We have our top 5 favorite characters. I agreed with 2 that Game Informer... I agreed with 1 that Game Informer had 2. 2, I agreed with 2. She agreed with 1. Not the same ones. That made no sense.
Are you telling me right now?
I am.
She's not...
Yep.
We are about to have a real life fight because Makoto Nijima is the queen. Literally.
Haru Okumura. Empress.
I don't care. I don't care. Well, I guess I do care because she's also just such a sweet baby.
She is.
She's wonderful.
She is. I'm a little meaner than her.
You know, I didn't put her in my top 5, so.
I know you didn't. I didn't put yours in mine. Anyway, I also liked Senua from Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, which was also in Game Informer. Mm-hmm. Just her story, I've covered this before. Her storyline, her character development, even though she's pretty crazy, that voice actress that did her voice and her mocap, all of it was just fucking good. BJ Blazkowicz from Wolfenstein. Because he was fun. And then I really couldn't pick an extra one, and I decided I had to go with Aloy. I don't really like her character. I like her badassness, and I like her drive. But there was just something kind of lacking in her depth. She felt very bland to me, but I enjoy her as a character, and I think she's a great figurehead for female games. So I picked her.
And obviously my first pick was Makoto Nijima from Persona 5 because she's my favorite character in that game. And she's beautiful and wonderful, and her codename is Queen because she is a queen, and I love her. And then I actually had, so I didn't choose just 5. I kind of just piled on a bunch of characters that I like. Mm-hmm. So there's like the entire cast of Overwatch, pretty much, save for maybe like 8 of them, but most notably Mei, Zenyatta, Lucio. Very newly, Moira. I have found that I am basically a pro Moira.
Who is she?
She's the one with the newest character, very androgynous, Irish accent. She got Suck Suck and the Goo Goo. No?
What's her hair?
Very, very short red hair, orange hair.
I don't know, but I like her.
She's wonderful. And then, not from Overwatch, I have just the entire Resident Evil 7 family in that house.
You have said that before.
They're super creepy, and they're great villains, and I love their characters, and I really enjoyed just killing each and every one of them.
Speaking of villains, I have a 5th character. Gaul.
Not many people would say that one.
I love him.
Why?
He's great.
He's selfish.
No, he's not. He's talking to the speaker more. His buddy is selfish.
Okay.
But he's talking to the speaker. He's willing to see his point of view a little bit. I mean, he's always going to assume that he's right. But he's, like, more open to it, where the other guy's like, dude, just kill him. But his buddy is selfish. He is not. He is awesome.
That's a very interesting take on Gaul.
He could have turned out to be someone totally different, but his buddy got in his way, and then that happened.
He's trying to freaking steal the Traveler and the
So
light.
what?
What about all the Guardians?
They can screw off.
Okay. Controversial topics here on the RPG podcast.
I want to serve Gaul.
My other character...
I thought you should have been able to join up with the Red Legion.
No!
You should have.
Why would they make a game? Okay, maybe if they made that an option in, like, multiplayer, but they wouldn't do that in the main game.
You should have. You were a Guardian. You could have gone, like, rogue, joined up with Gaul, seen his point of view. Yes, the Guardians and all of humanity have kind of taken advantage of the Traveler's Light. They fucked it up the first time. So, you know what? Let's serve Gaul. Maybe he'll do it better.
That is, not an opinion that many people share, I think.
I know.
As long as you know that.
Oh, I know.
And then my last character, before I forget about her, because I could never forget about her, but I could move on from this topic, is Gwendolyn from Odin Sphere. She's a beautiful, princess who is also a Valkyrie fighter, and she's gorgeous, and I one day
is.
want to cosplay her because she has beautiful feathers and armor, and
We were
she's
supposed
so
to do that.
graceful. She's got this great spear.
Yep.
Oh man, the character designs in that game are so good. Oh,
Speaking of my last
I could talk about it all day.
rant right there about Gaul. Moments. Top moments in video games.
There
Mine
you go again.
would be
With
the
the frickin'
nonsense with Gaul. I don't know how to do this without spoilers, so that's all I'm gonna say. The nonsense with Gaul. Actually, if you don't know this by now, like, can I just be spoiler?
Yeah.
Alright, spoiler. If you don't
Spoiler,
know,
just freaking turn down the volume for the next, what?
until I stop being fired up.
Yeah.
Visibly.
Yeah.
So, in Destiny 2, at the end, obviously your main battle is Gaul. That's your big boss fight. The whole game builds up to that. Mm-hmm. He dies. Definitively not coming back, dies. So this whole game is built up with this great villain who actually has a lot of depth and no one gives him credit for it, but he does. And they just kill him off. Not even, like, gonna be in DLCs. So now all their DLCs are nonsense extra crap that they have to find ways to put in there. As opposed to letting him live. Maybe instead, he goes sideways from his stupid buddy and you fight the buddy. Or the buddy lives and you fight the buddy. Or something with the speaker. But they killed every possible tangent from that storyline for their DLC.
Also, that boss fight wasn't very good.
No, it was so stupid.
It was so easy.
I could have done that.
It was super easy. If you haven't played it, they basically, like, supply you with unlimited supers, yeah. And it's just like, you could do
easy,
it
super quick. No, I don't know if anybody even died their first time trying it.
No.
Not really.
Nope.
If they did, it was just because they, like, misstepped somewhere.
It was, like, maybe they didn't see the
yeah, and then
then
after they were like, oh, okay.
No,
so no one died twice. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
No one died twice.
But yeah, it was, like,
mad.
very anticlimactic, that fight.
And, like, they souped it up so he could have been, like, a super villain. With, like, his whole getting big and, oh, I'm a god, and...
Yeah. I'll agree with you on that. They did him dirty in the end.
They did. That's not like my top favorite moment. That's my top most what the fuck moment. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's... Oh. I'm gonna go to another game that's a little bit fucked up.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try my best to really talk about this without doing any spoilers because it's a great game.
Yes, it is.
Very triggering, but it's a great game.
Super triggering.
Doki Doki Literature Club. If you haven't played it, it is free on Steam. And just like last time, I am just going to say that game is a very mature content game. Don't play it if you have any problems with depression or triggering images or anything like that. But the ending to that game, I was just so... I was sitting through it and watching it happen, and I was like...
Which time?
Well, the first time. Because then after you finish and you go back in...
Yeah.
And it's even freakier.
Yep.
And it tries to happen again, but then it doesn't. And then you just have to reinstall the game.
Yep. Literally, you'll have to reinstall your game.
That's exactly how it goes. The ending ends with you having to reinstall the game in order to play it again.
You want to make sure you keep your Steam common files up for that game.
Yes.
To just watch them.
Yep, because they're going to move around. That
really
game's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, so I'd say that... Just that whole game kind of like...
Yeah.
As a whole thing, it was such an interesting
Innovative
thing, you know?
Especially for visual novels. No one tries to reboot the way
yeah.
of doing a visual novel, and they did it really well.
And they did it really well. I can't wait for the second one.
I know. I don't know how they're going to top it.
I know. Are they going to make it completely
Watch it just be, like,
characters?
totally normal. Watch everyone be really psyched, and it's just totally normal.
You know what I bet it's going to be? Just Monica.
Just Monica? Maybe. Maybe. Ooh! We shouldn't have said that.
Ooh.
So, one of my moments...
Anyway, moving on.
So, one of my other moments, this is a really difficult thing to talk about and not spoil, is moments.
It really is. We kind of have to, like, tiptoe around the main point and be like, burr,
So,
and the thing.
I figured out how to sum up my next one is with Horizon Zero Dawn. I couldn't really think of an exact moment. It's just as you get closer and closer to the truth of Project Zero Dawn, it gets more and more like, oh, I see where this is going. And then the next time you find out about it, you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Okay, but I think I got it now. And then every single time, like, you learn a little more. Maybe not every other time, maybe. You're just kind of really thrown for a loop. And when you get to the final, like, summation of what that was, you're like, oh, good job, Guerrilla Games. Good job.
It's like a revelation almost.
Yeah, and you haven't gotten to it, right?
I have not.
So I can't say anything more
Exactly.
than that.
You can't spoil it, even if just for me.
So I'm just going to leave it there.
Yes. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it ends.
You have no idea. Right now, you have no idea.
It's completely not even...
Yep, you have no idea at this point.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that when it's like a twist ending or something totally comes out of left field and just is like... I forgot about that from like the first 5 minutes of the game or something like that, you know?
Yep.
Where it's just totally surprising.
Yep.
Such a good way to end
Your other moment is super surprising. Which you spoiled for me. You and Shiro both.
Listen to me. You told me you weren't gonna finish the game and you didn't care.
I don't care. But I'm just saying.
Okay, so you can't be like, you spoiled it for me. You said, I don't care.
I know.
Tell me.
I'm very glad to know.
And, you know, I'm honestly really upset with myself that I told you because I would have loved to see your genuine reaction, but at the time I was like, I just need to talk to somebody about this.
I know.
And you're just getting into the game and I want to talk to you about it.
Yep. You're like, maybe you'll forget. No.
Dang it.
Nope.
But yes,
not forget.
Right now we are talking about the ending to Persona 5. If you couldn't catch that already.
Yeah, there's not many that we both get that animated about. Which is also in Game Informer's top 5 moments.
Yes, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I
know you don't.
The digital version, it doesn't have the cool...
I know.
Yep. Play Persona 5, please.
There's two
play Persona
huge
5.
things that you're not going to see coming.
Two. And the final battle is just so cool, and it's like...
That's what their moment was, the final battle.
And if you play that game in, like, New Game Plus, there's a couple other battles that are just like...
Yeah, I saw a snippet of one and I asked you, and you're like, you're not supposed to know this.
See, you spoil things for yourself almost at this point.
The internet spoils things.
You can't trust the internet. Maybe it was fake.
Like, I'm going to fall for that one. It's like an ankle.
Do not bring up the ankle, okay? It's really
I was
going
to
to
leave
subject.
it there. I was going to leave it there.
Okay, good. Good, I hope you do.
So the other moment, which she will get to, so I can't really say too much, is in Color X Malice. There are, I've talked about this before, there are 5 paths to play. Once you play all 5 paths, you open up the true path, which has a realization right off the bat that no other storyline hinted at. None.
I really have to finish this game with all the storylines.
Not a single one hinted at this. None. You're going to be so thrown. And then...
I'm probably going to call you and be like, what the heck?
You are. And then the truth behind the terroristic group Adonis, and then the truth behind the guy running at Zero. So good. And then you could do the ending where she, like, kind of sides up with Adonis, which is the terroristic group trying to, like, take over everything.
That's a thing?
That's a thing. But you have to get it in the final route.
Is this why you want to team up with Gaul?
What?
Because of this game?
No, I knew that beforehand. I just have a type.
Okay. Evil.
Yeah.
All right.
Lawful evil, remember, guys? And it's so good. And he's lawful evil. He has rules. They're way off base, but he's got rules.
I would kind of consider him just, like, pretty...
You haven't gotten there
All
yet.
right, wow. Okay.
You'll understand.
So I don't get an opinion about it.
Well, because at this point, yes, it seems like he's chaotic evil. Because everything he's doing is so out there, but when you get to the core of it, everything is so methodical and everything has to follow a set path.
Okay.
Even for the whole the higher ups of the organization.
If you say so.
It's really good.
I will trust you on that because I will finish it.
I
promised you that when we started the new year that I would finish that game.
You did. I won't finish Persona until you finish that.
This is unbelievable. We are going to get into an actual fight on the show.
I think we put not sugar in our coffee this week.
Oh,
we put
is that
this,
what's going on?
Which is maple syrup, just oodles of maple syrup.
Is that what's going on? We're both like...
I think we're like really...
jumped up?
On maple syrup in our coffee. That's what's going on.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both too hyped up.
Yeah, we are. Sorry.
Let's take it down. Let's chat about some news.
Yes.
You guys ready for some news?
Calm down a little.
We'll calm down. We'll start with something pretty low-key.
For us.
Yeah. Out today, well, not when you're watching this.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday, the 26th. This will go up on Monday, so, it'll have been out over the weekend. But Monster Hunter World came out today, as well as Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Which I've heard a lot of good things about the storyline.
My thumb just cracked. Sorry about that.
That's what that was?
Yeah, it was my thumb.
Ooh, that sounded not nice. But a lot of people are saying Dragon Ball FighterZ, the storyline is actually really good, I'm hearing.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But the sources I heard it from might have been a little biased. They really love Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
But yes, I am really actually looking forward to getting Monster Hunter World and playing it and having the disc copy because just not one of those things I'm willing to buy digital,
Yeah, and have you seen the Pro? The Monster Hunter PS4 Pro?
Yes, I have. Oh, it is beautiful.
So nice.
I saw a picture of it and I was just like...
Yeah. You know what else PlayStation just put out?
What?
Shoes.
Hello?
I've been getting notifications on my Instagram feed. They have PlayStation shoes that light up and they have the PS emblem on the little tongue.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
How much are they? Do
I
you
don't
remember?
Know. Do not know. But
my god.
I was one of those people that was like, I don't like shoes really.
But I'm assuming
nice sneakers.
I'm assuming they're sneakers, right?
Yeah, they're the people that line up at Foot Locker for sneakers. Yeah. Like Cat.
Yep.
Hi, Cat.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen it in the mall where
you guys were.
It was across from Foot Locker, and
they got bigger turnouts than you guys did for your midnights.
Oh, absolutely did. You'd see that line, and it would go down the hallway, and you'd be coming into work trying to open the door, and be like, what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new shoe release. Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever in my life thought about lining up for a pair of shoes.
Until you see it, until you see that community, I don't think you realize.
Oh, yeah, no.
How big it is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And some people walk out with 3 pairs of shoes. It's like they buy more than one, so it's like true collector style.
One to wear and one to keep.
One to wear, one to keep, one to display.
Yeah.
That's the frickin' that's the collector way.
Yeah.
Gotta buy 3.
I was always on 2. One to use and one, but that's for games.
Yeah. And you could go extreme collector. 1 to use, 1 to have in its box, 1 to sell.
Yep.
And then 1 to have open. You know? That's extreme.
Yeah.
If you want to go the selling route, but you want to keep all your collector stuff. It doesn't end up really paying off for you, though, I wouldn't think.
No.
I'm having to buy 4.
Actually, I think it does. I think as long as you're willing to sell them, that collector thing with the shoes, I'm pretty sure that's, pretty big.
Not as big as frickin' pop figures have gotten. I'm really not.
No, pop figures are winding down, I think.
I really hope so.
I'm
not a huge fan of the pop figures.
Because every retailer has them now, and I think they got too big, that they've kind of, desensitized it. Yeah, their spectrum got too broad almost, I think. Mm-hmm. They went gaming, movies, TV, comics, everything. Yeah.
Classic cartoons.
Books.
TV. Yeah. I think I already said TV, but they have a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah.
So,
too big.
Yep. Another kind of big and sad news
totally
item.
out of left field. It makes a lot of sense.
We found this information about an hour ago from when we're filming this. So this is Friday the 26th. Paragon has announced, well, Epic Games has announced that Paragon will be shutting down on April 26th. A moment of silence. I'm pretty upset.
I am too. Like, not for me, but like Snow loved that game until their most recent transition. When it was Agora, when it was Monolith, he was big into it. He was platinum level, like high-end platinum level. Like, he was tip-top, like top, what is that, 5%, I think it is? He was way up there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, he was real into Paragon.
I played it casually, and the friends that I played with were always very annoyed because I didn't really understand the card-based system, but I always had so much fun playing it, and the matches were so nice and long, and it always felt like you were doing something worthwhile to helping your team. Well, at least that's how I felt when I played it.
And the character design in that was
my god,
crazy.
They were beautiful.
Yeah, the game itself was insane.
Yeah, the quality and the design, it was all just very meticulously made. It was made with love. You could see that, you know...
the passion.
Yep, that went into each character. And each of their skins, you know? So, if you are a fan of Paragon...
take advantage now.
Yep.
If you did buy it, I believe they said they are reimbursing the money. Which is... I don't think I've ever heard of a game doing that. When they shut their servers down, I've never heard of a game giving you your money back.
Yeah, and it's gonna be...
It's like 2 years old.
Yeah, 2 years. I'm actually kind of upset about it. I recently started playing Smite, which is a free-to-play
toxic version?
Yeah, it's really toxic, but it's free, and I have a couple friends that play it, so I downloaded it just to kind of check it out, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Not as nice looking as Paragon was, but a lot of people moved away from it for some reason, so, you know,
the last update really messed it up.
So...
that really stinks.
It hurts my heart a little bit to see something that was made so well go away.
Yep. And, I mean, it's not like Epic is losing their people to another company. They're losing their people to another game that they put out, which is Fortnite.
Yep.
That's the same company.
Yep.
So a lot of their players are jumping to Fortnite, so it stinks because it's different. But at least they're not losing their players.
Yeah, that's true. They're retaining that. Okay.
A game that started sad and maybe is trying to dig itself out of a ditch right now. For Honor is having its 5th season. I don't even know how that's possible.
Yep. And their new season is called Age of Wolves.
Just cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the biggest thing with their new season...
matters.
Yeah, really the only thing that matters. They're going to have new cosmetics, gear, emotes, all that junk. Dedicated servers.
Finally. Like, why this wasn't fixed in the first, like, month or two, I don't know.
If you guys watched our New Year's episode, this game was actually put in our most disappointing, like, list of games because of this reason.
The peer-to-peer servers. It destroyed any hope of playing that game reasonably.
Yep. So, it's going to be pretty nice that they are finally doing this, and it only took them 5 seasons.
It's just ridiculous.
It's just so silly that it took them this long. This is why, you know, the game got such a bad rep.
Yep. Literally the reason.
The reason.
Another game with a bad rap. Destiny 2.
You are just... These transitions! Oh, they're so good.
It's the maple syrup. You should just down it every time. Put it in a glass.
It's the secret sauce.
It is. I get a little more crazy, but...
Oh, it works, okay. I think. It works for us. Destiny 2 is putting through some updates fairly soon. One of the main ones is going to be for Iron Banner. They're going to have the control game type for Season 2. And you'll be able to purchase gear and stuff through the vendor, just like you will with all the planet vendors and stuff like that. As well as Masterwork Armor, which actually adds 3% of a defensive boost onto your armor when you're ulting. So if you have all the pieces, it's essentially a 15% damage... Nope, not damage. Defensive boost on yourself while you're ulting, which is pretty neat. They also are doing some changes to shaders. They're trying to keep Destiny 1 style shaders, so like doing your whole outfit using one shader.
Right.
But without having to lose the ability to put shaders on ships and your ghost shells and guns and stuff like that. Okay. So they're working on a way to kind of merge those two. So maybe it's like it'll be one or the other, or you can choose. They're also going to be making kind of like a collection of your shaders, so you'll be able to get any of the ones that you have on hand. You'll get like copies of them, and they're looking into a way to...
Oh, so when you use them all up, it's not like I can never see it again. You can still view it.
Which would be really cool because some of their shaders were like season specific. So I'm wondering if I'll ever be able to get Nebula Rose again, because that was a really good shader, but it's from season 1. So this might be a way for that, or those still might be some season specific.
Yeah.
They didn't really give all the details for how it's going to work.
It's a cool change.
Yeah. And then the last thing with shaders is they're going to be working on a way to kind of delete a lot of them at once. So if you want to delete, if you have like 50 of one shader that you don't use and you hate the way it looks, you can delete all 50 at once instead of having to hold down for each one and delete them one at a time.
Seriously, they didn't have that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was getting rid of shaders one time, and I was literally just holding down the button, holding down release until they were gone. Yeah. So that's a really kind of quality of life improvement that they're putting in.
Yeah.
And this one I'm actually really excited for because it just seemed... So if any of you played Destiny 2 and you got through the raid, and then they announced prestige raids, and there was like no reason to do it. There was no extra drops or anything. Now there is. Okay, so maybe I'll do the prestige raid. So they have doubled... Am I scaring you?
No, you got real intense there for a minute.
Because it's just one of those things where it's another one of these things like...
It should have been there.
It should have been there, just like how I got really excited about being able to see your fire team members on the destination map.
Right.
It's just one of those things. It should have been there from the start, and now they're finally doing it after listening to the community, or maybe just realizing that they should have done it. Prestige Raid will have twice the amount of drops, which is going to be awesome because you'll get more gear from doing it, so it's a bigger reward for doing a harder version of the raid, as well as being able to get exotic drops and weapon drops that have raid-specific perks, which again should have been a thing. I don't know why it wasn't. I'm actually going to do the freaking Prestige Raid now because...
There's a point.
There's a reason to. So those are my Destiny updates. I feel like every week I'm going to have a new Destiny update with the way that they're moving.
Seems to be, yeah.
It makes me really happy. I just
Hopefully they pan out.
I hope, that's what I was just going to say. I hope they work out. Because...
Yeah.
If they say they're doing all this good stuff and they do it and it still doesn't work well, I just don't know how much longer I can stay on their side. Really.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm surprised you still are.
Mm-hmm. You ready to get excited?
I do. I also had a transition and I can't do anymore. I'm just not gonna.
It's okay. We're gonna talk about something cool now.
Speaking of switching sides.
Oh. My goodness. The maple syrup is working.
So, today, a couple hours ago, they put out a new trailer for Soul Calibur 6.
They confirmed some characters as well as introduced a new character.
One, and a change in a longtime staple. So, Keelik, who's the guy with the pole stick, if you don't really play and you just watch people do it, he's the one with the staff.
He's usually like shirtless or half shirtless. He's got like a half kimono and he's beautiful.
Yeah, He's got a little scar thing here. Yeah, really good. He has always, in the game storylines, been very goody-goody. He's defending his village. He's, preserving his master's way of fighting. And he's always been, like, one of the pure, to use your word, characters. And at the end of this trailer, they show him flipping.
Yeah.
And he gets,
like, possessed by nightmare or something.
Something happens there. And
He's possessed, and he, like, unleashes this crazy attack.
Like purple, crazy
red,
staff.
just...
Oh my god.
Whoa. I saw it, and literally, as I was taking notes about it, I changed, and I was like, Keelik, I want to just read exactly what I wrote in my note here. Keelik confirmed and looks buff as heck and turns evil in all caps with, like, question marks and exclamation points, because... What? Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if this is, like, his character specifically, and it's going to be a story plot point, or if this is going to be something that happens, like, to multiple characters.
Right.
Maybe this
like
is, like...
Soul Edge is trying to, like, find a new host.
Yeah.
Like, Nightmare, this incarnation of Nightmare is not suitable for him, and now he's hopping again.
Yeah. I'm like...
Because I think there was a time, was it end of 2 or 3? Cassandra or Sophitia turns dark for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And then I don't think they ever did anything with that.
And in 5, there's, like, an evil version of one of the characters. There's an evil version of Patroclus and an evil version of Fira, I think her name is. But kind of the same...
I'm really excited.
Concept there. Yeah, I'm really...
I feel like it might be just him, because he's one of those truly good characters. Yeah. Like, so is Xinghua, obviously. Mm-hmm. But they picked him to show this.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
I'm very excited. I need to know what's going on.
Oh.
Was he wearing his necklace? Remember he's got the necklace? It's like a hand-me-down from his fucking clan.
I didn't notice.
Maybe he's not wearing it. We're going to have to look into this.
We're going to have to watch it again. I'm going to have to analyze it. And it's among
the other characters that were announced.
So Nightmare, obviously he was going to be in it, but they officially confirmed him that he's going to be in it.
He looks cool.
Yeah.
He always looks cool, but he looks really good.
And Xinghua was confirmed, and she looks beautiful and wonderful, and she was my favorite character in 2
I always
and 3,
called her Hissy Fit, because if you knocked her on the ground instead of getting up...
No!
And she'd hurt you.
Yep.
Doing this
and
on the ground.
And she kicked her feet, too. I loved her.
I
thought she was great.
I did not like her.
Okay, can I tell you, the reason I liked her was because she kind of reminded me of Sailor Moon a little bit. How she's like kind of like a crybaby, and she's got like that, I fight evil.
Yeah, that's totally why I probably didn't like her. That kind of character was never my thing. Until slightly more recently, like Madoka. Anyway, the new character looks super cool.
He's really... I'm interested to see him in action, because when he actually spoke, he sounded kind of like a robot or like a cyborg.
I think he's under somebody's control.
Okay, like Nightmare's controlling him, maybe?
Somebody.
And
like his face had marks that started glowing.
Yeah, they were like 3 around his eye.
Yeah,
there.
and they were glowing.
His weapon is like a double-ended sword that's like a staff, but he can pull it apart and use the 2 swords, which he does. Yep, which he does in his his final that they show. He like pulls it apart and.
I love those finals.
Yeah. Oh, they look so epic.
They're like almost like doing an X-ray attack in Mortal Kombat or Injustice, but it's not an X-ray attack. It's just a badass, super powered move. That looks crazy, and it looks like the other person should not be able to survive, but of course they will.
Of course they do, especially if you do it like right out the gate.
Yeah.
Like round 3, right out the gate.
But they look really good. Nightmares looked awesome. He suddenly jumped out of this purple thing as a horse, and he had like the little lance. I got real excited.
Really rad, and he was like, what did he say? He was like,
I don't remember.
He said something. He was like, does your soul still thirst, or something like that?
Oh yeah, my soul still thirsts. And someone else had a soul comment. I think it was Keelik had a soul comment.
Oh man, I don't
remember. Because they debuted this when they first announced that this was happening. It started with them saying in the voice of, does your soul still burn? And now in this, there's at least 2 characters that commented on their soul and it's still doing something. And that makes me really excited because I'm a dork.
Yeah, I could not be more excited for Soul Calibur 6. I have been waiting. We've talked about this before. We We both love Soul Calibur. We can't wait for it to come out.
Finally, I love Dissidia, but I'm trash at it. And not trash as in, I'm trash, a huge fan. Trash as in, I am garbage at playing it.
Yeah, no, I'm no good at it.
It's got my waifu. It's got my ultimate queen. Ultimate Sia. I can't play her.
It's okay.
I'm real
I
bad.
can't play anyone that game. I'm just not good at it.
I'm not either. I need Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm. Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur. I can play some Guilty Gear. I can play some BlazBlue.
Yeah.
Those type of games.
Yep.
But Soul Calibur is the tippy top of my favorite fighting games.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Twisted Metal.
Oh, my God.
Just fighting game, car brawling game. It kind of transitions. I want another Twisted Metal. It doesn't. The syrup's wearing off. I need more syrup.
Need more syrup.
I want a Twisted Metal.
Drink the syrup.
Nectar of life. With that, we have another game that's ending. Not just Paragon, but...
I mean, I don't know if anybody really even cares about it anymore.
I didn't even realize it was still going.
Yeah.
So...
Miitomo, the Nintendo app that was launched in March of 2016, where you kind of got to make your character... I'm pretty sure they made it off the success of Tomodachi Life.
Definitely did, but
I
didn't realize it was still going.
I played it for maybe a week, and then I literally uninstalled it from my phone.
And forgot about it.
Yep. Same with pretty much hate to say it, but Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
So glad you saw the light.
It's the same thing over and over. Doesn't matter how many new animals they introduce, you're just doing the same thing over and over.
I want Niantic's new Harry Potter game. That sounds good.
Because the last time there was a Harry Potter game, it was
trash.
Yeah.
In the bad sense again, guys.
Yeah.
That word has too many connotations.
What, trash?
Yeah.
I'm trash.
She looks back. Let me beat her.
She looks mad.
See that stick over there with that nice whomping part on it?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
No.
I got a Rafiki style stick.
I'm gonna run away now. Except I can't.
I've got shillelaghs.
I'm trapped in here. Send help.
Alright. Well, with that, so I can go ahead and whomp her on the head with something, we'll end this episode, I think.
Am I safe?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I think we'll end this episode so I can run away now. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the RPG Podcast. If you would like to support us, as always, you can do that on our Patreon, patreon.com/RPG Podcast.
We changed a tier now, so you can get our fantastic bloopers.
Mm-hmm.
Every week I have 5 to 10 minutes of bloopers.
You should be that level Patreon so you can see those exclusive bloopers.
We should probably make it a cheaper level because they're really good and people need to see those.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
If you want, you can check that out. We've got a bunch of different tiers. If anything, the $1 tier is open. You can be one of our guildmates.
Just
every little bit
doing a good
is
job.
Appreciated. Yeah.
If we are.
You can also follow us on social media. We've got a Facebook page. Each of us has our Twitters. I'm InvaderJess222. You can find me at InvaderJess222.
I am Serenity Sin, SYNN. We also have our Tumblr I just spoke about earlier this episode.
That.
We have a new Tumblr going up.
Yep.
We have our podcast, the audio podcast, up on CastBox, Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. The video cast is on YouTube. I think that's all of it for our plugs.
That's all of it. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.